My name is Kaunohi Borden. I am from Honolulu, Hawaii. My parents, they were loving people. They raised us well. They brought us up together. I have 4 other siblings, 4 sisters. I'm the only boy. Growing up, my dad was a very active person. He blew the conch shell in the Kamehameha and Aloha Week parades. My dad was a very hard worker. He was a truck driver, energetic, did not like to sit still. He took pride in everything he had. My father and my mom were both forward thinkers. They always had policies. It's just that when he was at the end of his life, and I started to sit down and talk with my mom to figure everything out, that's when she brought out all these different policies, and I'm looking at it. And I talked to my friend, and I said, I have to find me a local representative from American Income Life. And he said, oh, why don't you call my guy, Kevin? He helped us to answer questions, get our policies in order, restructured, and to just have a better idea of what we have and what we need to do. Last year, my oldest sister moved to New York. She lives in New York. And my dad had been bugging me to go to visit her. He wanted to stay for a few months. So Labor Day weekend, I took him to New York. And he stayed for about 2 months. In January, right after New Year's, he was sick. He went to the hospital and he was sent home. Didn't know what was wrong with him then, just called it a cold. But then symptoms progressed. He wasn't able to breathe. Went back to the hospital. It wasn't COVID. His lungs, his right lung was filled with liquid. So they had to drain it. And at that time, they did not know if it was cancer or not. But he was in the hospital for over a month. And finally, they said, okay, he can go home. There's not much we can do for him. It was very strange because a month prior, he was at my school helping me to do things, helping me paint classroom, and here we are. Now he's in the hospital. He can't get out of bed. He can't move. He was just there. So everyone pitched in to help my mom. My sisters were basically just scrambling. We were all kind of scrambling because we didn't expect this. And honestly, when I went to see him in the hospital, I looked at him and I said, I don't think you'll last the year. And he looked at me and he says, well, I want some fish and poi. That was always his thing. Bring me fish and poi. And then I got the phone call that he had passed. It was overwhelming. Trying to think, what next? What am I going to do? I'm here. My mom is there. And really, I was just worried about her.
Life can go by in a blink, and sometimes when you blink, you miss it. And it's just so quickly how things went not for the greatest in such a short time. That did caught me off guard. And so, but I'm glad that, our company is there to definitely make sure that, when it's that time, they have nothing to worry about.
Not having to worry about funeral expenses, knowing that we had the insurance policy was a relief. It was a weight off of our shoulders. He had medical bills. So the policy went to pay off his medical bills and for his funeral plan. Life insurance is to prepare. Life insurance is to give comfort. It's there to help. It's there to provide assistance for those who are left behind. It gives them a way to cover any final expenses that we may have. I have friends that say, it's a scam, it's this, it's that. Call it what you want, but at the end of my life, as long as I am current, my policy is guaranteed. My family will have that security knowing that I was current. I'm glad that my parents had policies with AO, and I'm glad that I now have policies with AO.
I'm sure wherever Philip is at, I'm sure he's in the clouds, dancing and singing and having fun and whatnot, right? And he's looking down at his family, and I'm pretty sure he's grateful that, because he's done so much, blood, sweat, and tears his whole life to get his family where they're at, and for AO to actually be there to help continue his legacy. So it's like they don't have to take 10 steps back, they just take a couple to heal and move forward.